very fertile.
They dug up turf, and he received sail with a hazel wand delivered unto him, after the manner of the law customs of England.
Ah, yes.
Gilbert claimed the harbour at St. John's and all land within 200 leagues on either side. This put him in possession of the entire eastern seaboard of Canada, the 4 Atlantic provinces, and a great deal of Labrador and Quebec. The better part of the fortnight following, he spent exploring the Newfoundland coastline, going ashore at the well-known harbour of Trepassey. He pronounced himself so delighted with climate and prospects for trade and settlement that he had now become a northern man altogether. This voyage has won my heart from the south. On August 20th, he transferred to his smallest vessel, Squirrel, and led the Hind and the Delight out through the St. John's Narrows. He wanted to reconnoiter as far south as Rhode Island, seeking an ideal site for a plantation. He left behind a Swallow with a number of sick and injured men who were desperate to return to England. On the 29th, they struck a heavy southwest gale off Sable Island, and by morning, the flagship Delight was driven on sandbar and wrecked with loss of over 100 men. Great store of provisions for the return voyage home, and a priceless selection of mineral, plant, and timber samples from the New World also went to the bottom.
Now, you were going to blame me for that too, weren't you?
Seems to be some evidence that you were responsible.
The captain of the Delight, Master Winter, sailed with 16 men. And when he got home, he said that he wanted to sail west-southwest, that I come alongside in the frigate and ordered him in Queen's name to sail west-northwest. But there's no word truth that they were all drunk. We were just trying to keep them off the shoals.
There were more storms?
2 days without success.
The crew begged you to return to England to give up exploring, and you turned back.
They were half-starved, food, half crazy with fear, poor devils. I thought we'd come back again next spring. But, sad to say, yes, we turned back.
Captain Hayes said that he wanted you to come on board Golden Hind to return home.
I drew a nail through my foot. Went on board the Hind to have dressed by the surgeon. Hayes said that I should stay because she was much larger, sturdier than the Squirrel.
Man makes many mistakes in his lifetime. Then one fine one. That mine. I went back aboard that little vessel. I saw as it started with my first failure. Then Queen asked me not to see. I wanted to prove that I was a good sailor and come to the crew too. You should have seen me standing on the aft deck, racing proudly in the Atlantic wind. The Squirrel sailed out to sea, the very picture of a fearless sea dog. But that was the end of land. That was the end of it.
Somewhere off the Azores, the two vessels ran into still another horrendous gale, and the Squirrel was almost cast away. But recovered, and the Golden Hind came close by and saw Sir Humphrey sitting on the afterdeck reading. In fact, the very picture of a fearless sea dog. Captain Hayes hailed him again to come aboard the large vessel, whereupon Sir Humphrey delivered his famous reply, "We are as near to heaven by sea as by land." Edward Hayes continues the story.
Same Monday night, about 12 o'clock, and not long after, the frigate being ahead of us, suddenly her light went out, whereof it were in a moment we lost sight. And oh, what a cried! The General had cast away, which were too true. In that moment, the frigate was devoured and swallowed up by the sea.
We are as near to heaven by sea as by land.
It's not easy to summarize Gilbert's character. There were many ugly sides to his nature. For example, his satire towards the Irish. It's not to say that everybody did it in the 16th century, because his ferocity was noted among his contemporaries, so he was especially barbarous in his treatment of that race. His temper tantrums were savage. You can note in the things he says and things he writes, his greed, his vanity. So these are some of the negative qualities of him. It's hard to suggest any positive qualities. He was, I think, in essence, a dreamer, an inveterate, restless, experimenter and planner. Gilbert always had fancies of things about alchemy, about defeating the Spanish, about the glories of Elizabeth, her reign, the glories of England, of reaching Cathay, founding a university, finding silver mines in St. John's, establishing a colonial utopia. Thinking big was the hallmark of Gilbert's character. He began the story of English colonization of North America. He started the process of building Canada as is now, and so we remember. The thing about Gilbert was that all these dreams he had seemed to come grief. There was a magnetic quality in the man that drew others to him, that led them to invest in what he wanted to do, that led them to believe in him. Even Elizabeth, who was a very shrewd judge of character, eventually gave permission to go on a second voyage, you see. So there was some quality in Gilbert, some kind of magic in him that led people, that drew people to him, and that's something too you sense in the documents about that. He did have that fire, that power, personality, which did to dominate other men and to make others believe that what he says is true.
Although it ended in failure, Gilbert's voyage opened the floodgates of colonization in North America. Within a year, attempts were made to settle Virginia. Within 5, the French were wintering in Quebec. Outside of Newfoundland, Gilbert has been given little recognition for this achievement. In 1933, the Newfoundland government issued a set of stamps to mark the 350th anniversary of Sir Humphrey's visit. Collector's items today, they bear his portrait, coat of arms, token, and crest. This is a model of the Sir Humphrey Gilbert Memorial Centre, planned for a site adjacent to a landing spot on the shores of St. John's Harbour. A fitting tribute to the daring and vision of an outstanding visitor will house a theatre, museum, and art gallery. Cruel and brave, rash and daring, Gilbert's dedication to his country changed the history of ours and many others. For without his determination to re-establish an English presence in even a remote fishing station in Newfoundland, we might be speaking today, like the other half of the New World, in Portuguese or Spanish. I'm Harry Brown. Adios, amigos, from todo Canada.
The Newfoundland Teachers Association would like to thank the BBC for having provided the opportunity to sponsor Cornerstone of Empire. I trust you found the program to be both informative and enjoyable. May I take the opportunity to wish everyone involved in education in this province, especially teachers and students, a happy and fulfilling summer. I hope you will return to classrooms in September, refreshed, renewed, and determined to continue making a positive contribution to the future of Newfoundland and Labrador.
You have been listening to Mr. Wayne Nosway, President of the